Hey, welcome back. As we're about to see, we're about to get into some, this show, we pretty much an equal opportunity employer. Everybody can get it. And so we know we have to also check our own community as well. So we're going to be going through
Yep.
a few coontastic videos that we've been seeing lately. I know I've been seeing some on your IGs you already been talking about, but I want to make sure that, we can get into some of these that have been really circulating on the internet lately. This first one. And I guess this girl, I'm just gonna play the video. We'll go from there.
I have a feeling
Wait,
this about to
where
make
this
me mad.
guy, where he was just like so fucking horrible to me, and he just treated me like a stupid black bitch, and it was like so painful for me. And everybody was like, "Well, you're the fucking dumbass because you stayed, and you're just a stupid black bitch because you let him treat you like one." And like, I know that the situation was my fault because I should have just left, but like, it really fucking hurt because like I had sex with him, and he basically just like used me for sex. He was like white guy in a frat. And so basically, I ended up seeing him at Target when I was there with my old best friend, like at the time. And he wouldn't look me in the eyes. He wouldn't say anything. It was like he was ashamed of me and just like embarrassed. Just like how most people get about me. And it was like so fucking painful. And so I stood up for myself and said what I needed to say to him. And he ran away from me when I was speaking to him. And my friend was like, "That's humiliating. Like, she was like, you just embarrass yourself. And like, that's pathetic for you as a black woman to do something that stupid." Like, it hurt so fucking bad because I wasn't even worth being looked in the eye. Like, it
I
hurt so fucking
cannot.
bad.
Oh,
And looking back
you
and
could
that one
stop.
guy,
Stop that
like when I
shit.
asked him
No.
this,
You said what happened?
She pissing me off real
Please
bad.
stop this
Real fucking
Oh,
before
bad.
I
Look,
jump out this damn window. Please stop this.
first of all, you said it right there. White frat boy. You could have ended the shit right. You could have ended that shit right fucking there. Because what made you think that he wanted something from you other than that? They fetishize us. They don't see us as human. We are, as black people, men too, but especially black women, we are hypersexualized by white people, specifically white men. White men hypersexualize black women when we're girls, and white women hypersexualize black men, hence the fucking mandingo. So you should have known immediately. And then to embarrass yourself. Like, I know you felt like you wanted to speak your fucking feet. First of all, if I fucked that man, I would have been embarrassed enough to not tell nobody. I would have been like, hey, I
I
can't
would
even
have walked
believe
past him like I ain't know him.
him.
What?
Exactly. Like, what the fuck? And you sitting here crying. This is the shit, ma'am.
I just want to say
Go. You got it, Maya.
she might have a long line of heartbreak. Cause I get it. It's a white frat boy, whatever. Bitch, you gonna get your heart broken by any man. That's not just a white frat boy thing. Black men do it too. Hispanic people do it
yeah.
too. They want you. The goal for men who not mature enough up there is to get the box. And once you give them what they want, a lot of you need to learn the mentality of you walking past people like you ain't never seen them before. Because
Exactly.
he
Cause
did
I
it.
would have been in bed. I'd have been like, "Ooh, I fucked him. I don't want nobody to know that shit." Like,
Baby, the way I would have hid behind a stand, a girl, a box of cereal or something. Come on now, come
I
on.
can't. Like, that's so. That is it. Like, I understand you. You're right, Maya. We can get hurt by any man of any race or ethnicity, but it stung extra bad. That was secondhand cringe watching this woman get on here and get upset crying over a white man. I ain't saying it's better for you to be crying over nobody, but a fucking white frat boy,
Let me
I would have
tell
treated
you
that shit as
something.
Herself
an
in that
experience
situation.
and kept it
Superman
moving.
could have tied me to a train track. Batman could have goddamn it through one of them and hit me upside the head. Jesus Christ himself could not have pulled that information out of me. I bet everything I own that this was a bet. She said he was a frat boy. I bet everything I own, and baby, I don't own a whole lot, but I bet it all. She was a bet,
Yep.
and he won. And she got her. Baby, let me tell you something. If you ever see me crying like that on a goddamn baby on social media about any man, but especially a white man, talking about baby, send help. Send somebody set
Imme-
up a GoFundMe because I have lost
immediately.
my shit. I need help. Send me some help. Baby, come get them people over here, put me in a straight jacket and drag me the fuck off somewhere. Because I will never, ever. And what she thought was, and see, this is what I say. Stop thinking these people are your friends. She thought I'm at this school. I got this proximity to these white people. A white man actually wants me. He will know, bitch, you were a bet. He won, you lost, and you gonna get on social media and cry like that. Baby, the is it 4 horses or 5 horses? I
The
don't
four
know.
horsemen of the
The four
apocalypse.
horses of the apocalypse couldn't have dragged that out of me, baby.
You
Let
you
me
it's
fucking
five
Satan
today.
himself couldn't drag that out of
nah,
me.
you can't not yeah.
That
I'd
would have
have been
changed.
like, I don't know him. I'd have did a pull the Mariah Carey. I don't know him. I was like,
But
I don't know
What
I'd
I
him.
have
would
flipped
have
that
put a
script
Kiki
so bad if it
Palmer to
wasn't
that
for.
man. I don't know that
but y'all
man.
want to know a
Come
thing?
on.
So me being from Kansas, everybody think I be like playing like the whole with Shannon Sharp thing. I was like, I'm not surprised. The whole thing with Tiger Woods, I'm not surprised. There's a huge fetish, and I've been to a few parties, and those parties turned into something else. Like, with
Diddy
the
parties? Then I'm just
huh?
playing.
And they turned into some things because you go to the party and the party is supposed to be like that's the main floor. Everybody's just drinking and whatever. But there's a usually top floors and there's a bottom floor. You go and they got a wristband. And the wristband is like color coded. It tells you what floors you have access to. This is also where people do a lot of business deals. So they'll go to the second floor. That's where a lot of bid like AT&T might meet with Sprint or something for a merger. A lot of people do it at these parties. They're drinking and having a good time. You go to that basement or that top floor. That's where things go down at. And when I tell you there was so much white folks, give me your BBC. I want your big black bull. I want you to breed my wife. That is some real stuff that goes out in Kansas.
It ain't even
Mm.
at it.
And it's a huge fetish. And you be sitting there
It
like,
is.
you're
But
like,
this
y'all okay with that?
fetishization it's not new. It has been around since slavery days. And the thing about it is you take any racist white man, he can say what he wants, but they are the ones who fetishize us the most. And it comes down to dominance. It comes down to, a slave thing,
Mhm.
wanting to put us in our place. Now, I am all for date and love who you want to love. Fuck who you want to fuck. You want to give it away to a football team of white boys? Go throw it out there on the field and see what stick. But don't bring your ass on social media
Crying.
crying like that and acting like this is something new. White women fetishize our black men so much. They want the black babies. They want that BD so bad, baby. They walk around ruling for that shit. And the
Uh,
white men are no better, except they are not as vocal as the white women. To them, it goes along with domination. They want to feel like they took it. You know
mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
The slave
It's a
mentality.
certain term that I'm looking for that I can't get, but it goes hand in hand with that domination, that superiority. I'm gonna show this black bitch. You know what I mean? And baby, somebody get that girl some therapy. Somebody get her a drink. Get her the biggest BD we can find and knock some sense back into her because, but
Um,
that's embarrassing.
Oh,
now I
this one right.
do.
This one I was waiting on. This
Oh
this
yeah.
video right here.
Oh,
I'm about to
Oh,
play
this
it for you
one.
because I know this video pissed me
Uh
off.
oh,
This
I
piss.
know this one.
I
Ooh,
didn't
when I
even.
saw that shit, I got so mad. But them black Brits don't like them black British bitches don't like us no fucking way. And this is the fuck why. Cause of
Look at this bitch on her knees. So, you know what? I'm finna go because y'all about to piss me off with this one. Baby, look at her. Look at this coon
for
ass, tap
Prince
dancing
for
ass,
fucking King
slave minded ass bitch.
Ugh, that just
That
that pissed me off. So
oh
first of all, I ain't getting on my knees like that for a black man. I goddamn sure ain't
Oh,
gonna get on my knees like that for a what Prince. I mean, King fucking Charles. I can't even call that bitch King. King fucking Charles. You got on your fucking knees for a cottage cheese, curdle face ass motherfucker. I don't think so. Like, no. And
But
she just acting
nobody
a
else was
fucking
on their knees.
fool.
So why the fuck was she on her?
Exactly. Nobody else. Like I could see you're in awe. Like, oh my god, this is the king, and shit. And you fan it out. Okay, fine, whatever. But you know, hey, if Beyonce walked in the fucking room, I fan out, but I ain't gonna get on my fucking knees. I love you, Miss Carter. But no, like it's just a limit to some shit. Like that was so embarrassing, and he loved it because he didn't gesture one time. Oh no, get up off your knees. That's not necessary. You
He
see, he
reached
didn't do
down
that
and
shit.
patted her like a fucking
Fucking
dog.
dog.
Yeah, sure did.
He didn't
Sure.
at once say anybody else would have been like, oh no, just get up. That's not necessary. I'm just a human being
Obama
or
would have
whatever.
reached down and picked her up, like, what are you doing? Come on, mama, give me a hug. He patted this bitch like the dog she was acting like. So she got what she did.
He ain't
But
wrap
you
this
know,
shit
let me
around
tell
my
you, babe,
neck.
look, that just pissed me off so bad I can't even find the word. I'll slap the shit out that bitch if I ever saw her. I would
Same. Like we all just gotta take turns knocking some fucking
just knocking
sense
five
into
from
her.
her.
But see,
The thing
British,
is, a person like that, she might not even need. She don't have no sense to be knocked into her. She don't. She still ain't gonna get it because she's too
Some
far.
of us are just
There is
lost.
Yeah,
not one celebrity
it's a
in this world
mental.
that I will meet that I would get on my knees to fucking greet them. I don't give a fuck who it is.
exactly. Like
And
I don't
she getting
understand.
on her knees for a man that is actively trying to destroy us, that is actively allowing. Come on now, come on. I can't look. It's a baby.
And
Nah.
let's
You
That
and
know
I
let's
what?
saw
see.
that and I was
Lost her
like,
damn
nah.
mind. She
I
lost.
want to see what the comments, because you know the comments gonna have to say something. So this was posted by Ola Yinka companies. They actually be having some good content. Actually,
Get off.
well, I don't follow them on this one. I follow them on my personal. So let's see what everybody had to say. The white from Jers, get off your fucking knees.
I know that's
Yes,
right.
For real.
yes.
Rakesh J, this makes me sick. Lauren P. Forox, and she crawled to her colonizer. Her family and friends should feel ashamed of her.
No, for real.
Yes.
The people got photos. This is a perfect one.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the one right there.
uh, Somebody said Yona Queen Bee. She definitely from Africa. And then Sam and Jerry 7. Every black person here, I'm from Africa, and this is how my people is in Africa. Still view these whites as superior. Please help spread awareness. And you know, this is and speaking of this, like even when I work with a few Nigerians, we would have conversations with them, and they would say, "Oh, my kids go to an all-white school. They go to an all-white private
Yeah.
school."
Glad
Or
you brought
But
it
you know
up.
what? They are actively taught that in Nigeria. When they come here, the white man is your friend. Stay away from black people. They are literally still taught this master slave mentality.
Yep. That's why a lot of Nigerians and then also black British people have such a problem with us because they're still subscribing to that type of bullshit. Because
Yeah,
it ain't no fucking way. It wasn't no reason. And when I see these fucking coon ass niggas and bitches doing this type of shit, it's like you don't even have the complexion to make it into the big house.
come on.
Like you doing all that shit and you still would be in the fucking field. Like you doing all of that and you can't make. I got a better shot of making it into the fucking house, and I don't want to be in that bitch. But I
And then
got a
they
better
wonder
shot.
why we can't get a solidified seat at the table or rearrange the table or create a new table. Why would we get a seat at the table when we so willing to accept the scraps that they throw on the floor? That hoe could
Exactly.
never sit at my table.
Now I
Nope.
do want to touch on something that Chris said. You said there's something about the going to the all white school. I
yes,
want to speak on that because growing up, the goal for some people was let me get my kids in a better school around these white people so they can be in a better situation. And I actually feel like that ruined our kids even more. That
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
identity, they don't know who to identify as because they don't get to be around their culture. Also, them white kids is way. I would rather my kid go to school in the hood where they be fighting and shit like that than to go to school where they be in the bathroom crushing up pills.
yes.
But
That's
you know
what
what?
my
There's a difference though, because I'm not gonna lie. When my kids were very young, I made it a point to move them out of all black neighborhoods, or what's considered the hood, because it's home to me. It ain't never the hood, but what's considered the hood. Because I it was never, my goal was never, I want my kids in an all white neighborhood. I want my kids in an all white school. My goal and what I achieved was moving my kids into a multicultural neighborhood where they went to school with Indians, Africans, Jew is not a race, but everything. It was everything, because I wanted them to know that the world is bigger. I wanted them to be able to walk into any atmosphere, any room, and be able to articulate themselves, be able to get the same chance at a good education. Because let's be real, we talk about holding our own accountable. These schools in the hood, you got 50 kids in this little ass classroom sharing 3 computers. The
Yeah.
funding is not there. The funding is not there. But I also didn't want them in an all white school where their blackness would be lost, their power would be lost, their voice would be spoken over. So I did. I wanted them in a multicultural neighborhood, and I did just that. But
That's different.
I think that idea of white is better is very traumatizing, and I agree with you, Maya. It's very damaging to our kids.
I grew up, it like my parents are boomers, from the South, 1939, 1949. And I was always smart, always in gifted programs, and I was invited to go to predominantly white schools, and my parents were like, no. Because one, I need to be close. You need to always be close enough to where if anything happens, I can get to you. But
Yeah,
to I was always taught, even in my household, it was like, you're black. You know, you're proud to be black. You know the importance of being black. But my grandmother and my mother
yeah,
exposed me very early to other things because, like you said, it was like when you walk in a room, I want you to be able to know a little bit about everything. But I was able to do that, remaining in my neighborhood because she was like, your address does not dictate your achievements. But
yeah,
it was very but they taught me when it comes to white people to not be equal to but greater
yeah,
than. So
yeah,
I was always had that. I always walked that line where I went to school in the hood, what you say is my home, but I always maintained, I was always reading, I was listening to different music, I
yeah,
was doing all these different things. And then when my daughter came about, it's like you said, she didn't go far, but I always put her in multicultural schools. I always
yeah,
put her in places where she could see everything, but she also knew the importance of being black. And those,
yeah,
she's Gen Z and she doesn't have that, street edge that we do because she was
yeah,
raised sheltered from that. But
yeah,
she's very, make no mistake, she's very pro black because she understands the
yeah,
importance of being a black woman and a black young woman. And so when even though she goes to school in a predominantly white institution, her
yeah.
blackness is never second,
Drowned out.
it's
Yeah,
never drowned out because she tries to hang out with black people or find black spaces. And even though she is in a white space, she tries to find black spaces, or
yeah,
she's with friends that she don't play that. Like the
Well,
minute
I
you
need
got one
y'all help with
time.
that because my baby's 7 and she love her some Caucasian people. I don't understand it. I'm talking about
Well,
we
they're
went to
different because to them, when they're young like that, they don't see what we see.
yeah,
They don't
yeah,
see the color at they
that's
don't
the
yeah,
thing.
see.
She don't see it, and I need her to see it because one of the conversations, and then she's only 7, and she just finished the second grade. One of the conversations was the little boy at the school that she got a little crush on. Lord, I'm dealing with that too already. It's early. It's too early for this shit. But he's black. I was so happy. Thank you, Lord, because I thought she was gonna like white boys. But he's black, and he was arguing with one of her friends who is white. And the little girl was like, "Oh, you ugly because you black." And when my daughter told me, she said, that, I said, "Listen, I understand that's your best friend, but you don't let her say nothing like that to you or anybody else around you that look like you. Anybody who have brown skin, if you hear somebody white talking about them, you put them in their place. You tell her don't ever say nothing like that. If you ever want to be
Yep,
friends with me ever again,
yeah,
exactly.
you gotta
yeah,
check that shit. Because at young ages, people are saying, now I get it, they was joking on each other, but that's not some shit you joke about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. It's like, it's only certain shit you could get away with. And I said if it was a black person that said it, it would be right. But we joke amongst ourselves in a way that other
yeah,
people are not allowed to do. And
Yeah.
low key, had that been me, I would have had to slap the taste out her mouth real fucking quick. Be like, no, no, that ain't what the fuck we doing here, Becky. Like, nah,
Okay.
we ain't doing that shit. But she's 7 and she's gonna learn. But at that age, they don't see it how we see it now. Me again, my parents were 10 and 20 years older than the kids I grew up with. So I was very different. I was very mature. I always knew what time it was with white people. They always taught me how to navigate things. My mother always taught me
Yeah.
you keep receipts in your purse because if they try some shit, you got to prove you have it. Or when I go into a store, if I'm drinking or eating something that they sell there, I have to either leave it in the car or throw it out. And I had to teach my daughter the same thing because I know how the world sees. My mother knew how the world would see me, so she prepared me for it. I know how the world is going to see my daughter, so I had to prepare her for it. White people don't have that. They don't need to prepare their kids for that shit like we do.
They just do.
They just do whatever the fuck they want. They don't have to prepare when they teach their kids how to drive. They don't have to teach them the second part, which is what to do when you get pulled over
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
to
And
stay
so
alive.
Another
Like they
lesson
don't they
in
don't
our
they don't
household.
know that. So it's like I understand, your conflict with it because she's so young. But that incident right there was a prime. That's the jumping point. That's the example that you need to teach her. Like, I know you think that's your friend, but at the end of the day, that's the shit that goes on in their mind, in the back of their mind. And once they feel comfortable to say that to you one time, they'll say some off the wall shit to you the next time.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
and what we're gonna do is also go into this next video that's been circulating as
The
well. And
title got me hot.
About to
Come
piss
on, let's
me
hear
off
this
oh,
with
mess.
wait until you
outbursts.
see it. Just wait until you see the video.
Lord have mercy. Oh no, this nigga is not. Oh, come on, come on, man.
They should have broke Buck his ass right on the spot.
In front of everybody.
In front of everybody. It should have been broke back mountain like a motherfucker on that and that shit. Go ahead
there,
and give him what he asking for.
there was a lady on TikTok, and what she was doing is that she did a video, and it had got like 1 million views, and she put on a slave gown. I wish I could find it.
Yes,
You
and
seen that
picking
one? And
cotton
she
and
was
shit.
picking cotton. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, pissed
married
me
to a
all the
white
way off.
man, voted for Trump.
Oh
She
yeah,
just
I
drank all
remember
the
that.
Kool-Aid.
I remember that when she was doing like a photo shoot and she was in the
Yes.
picking the fucking bitch. I would have knocked you the fuck out on sight. I would have knocked you the fuck out on sight. If I ever, I gotta go back and find what the fuck she looked like. But if I ever came across that bitch, I gotta slap you. Cause what the fuck?
You know what? There are the three most dangerous people in this world. One of the most dangerous people is the white conservative. They are outwardly openly racist and they don't care. The second most dangerous is the woke liberal because they truly believe that they are not racist.
Yeah.
But they had the inherent racism is so deep and so undeconstructed in them. But the one person that's worse than both of those is these tap dancing Sambo ass coons because
Yep.
they walk and live and breathe amongst our community and
Mm.
they are detrimental to our community. They are more dangerous than the woke, the racist conservative and the woke liberal combined. And if anybody in there was truly his friend, if anybody in there had truly deconstructed their inherent racism, they would have pulled him to the side. Man, what the fuck are you doing? They
Yep.
would have
Yeah.
checked him. Nobody in there is his friend. And this
None.
is the misconception we have that just because they smile, some of us are so desperate for that proximity to whiteness that all it takes is a smile. And they putting on slave shit and tap dancing in the middle of a
A
fucking
minstrel
bar.
show.
I wish somebody would have broke a whip out and hit that nigga dead across his fucking back.
Yeah.
The
Just go.
fact that
See,
he laughing like they laughing with him. No, stupid. They
They
laughing at
laughing
you,
at
At
dummy.
you.
you.
they
You look like
ask you.
ain't no
They should
what.
have. Go ahead.
Not even for Halloween would I ever dress up as a slave.
Baby, come
But
on.
white friend, are you losing your? He,
But
I
you
just
know what? It was a white woman, and I wish I could find that video. She was saying that a lot of black men like that's Shannon Sharp shit.
Hmm.
They want this. They want you to call them a nigga. They want you to treat them like a slave. Like these are actual
It's a
like
fantasy.
sexual fantasies. How fucking
Yeah, it was a man who looked.
I can't even
He
begin.
looked like a Timu LeBron James, and he got on there talking about some. Yeah, Shannon Sharp said, yeah, that's exactly what we want. We want women to talk to us like that. I want if
Yeah,
he was like, if I'm
yeah.
he said if I'm dating a white woman and she don't tell me to put a big black baby in her, I'm not gonna date her anymore. He literally came out his fucking mouth
What?
and said that shit. He was like, if a white woman don't treat me like that, I'm leaving her. He was like, we absolutely love that. I'm like, nigga, who the fuck is we? I mean, yeah, it's an audience for that shit, but it's like, but y'all the same men that hate on black women, but you want
Let
a
me
white
go. Let
woman
me check the train schedule because I'm finna throw myself in front of one.
because
Cause
it's
that
just like, and I saw that and I was like, and
Black
all the
men
black men
like
that did shit was
America.
like, nigga, are you cool? Like, what the fuck are you? They was like, who is we? Because we don't operate on those shit like that. He was like, I wish a white woman would treat me like that. Cause I don't condone violence, but I swear to fucking God, if you a black man and a white woman try you like that, you gotta do what the fuck you gotta do. I ain't saying beat the bitch up, but shake the shit out of her at the very fucking least. You
I
got
used to
permission
date.
from a
I
black
used to
woman to
date.
do what the fuck you need to do.
I used to date. Well, I tried dating this white guy. He was an attorney, right? And I'm like this. I will date outside of my race. I will. But here's the thing about that. If we walking down the street and some shit jump off, I bet not even have time to process it before you in front of me handling shit.
Yep.
Or, I tried dating this white attorney, right? And I cannot remember that boy's name, but y'all remember that young black boy who was shot in the back by police like 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 times?
Mhm.
Hmm.
So I brought that up because I'm going to tell you, I need to see where your head is at. His very first question to me was, "Well, what did he do?" Oh, baby, I was out. I was out because that should never be a question.
Yep.
So if this you know what, this shit got me so hot. Go ahead, somebody, because
But that's
I
true.
can't do
Whenever
it.
you have to ask, whenever that's the first question, that question only happens when black people are the victim. It never happens when a white person is a victim. When a white person is
Never.
murdered, assaulted, or what have you, you never ask what did they do to make that happen. Even when black people are the victims, you're still gonna make us the fucking predator. You're still gonna make us the problem. Same thing with
Okay, because
Carmelo
we
Anthony.
always put out the mug shot, try to pull up the
Yep.
family past, like
Mhm.
they always try to dig up some dirt on
So
us
the
A
and
way
white
the
man
we
can
I
go
never
out
be a
here
fucking
and murder
victim.
an
Never.
entire town of people. They gonna find that one picture that shows him holding the Bible at church smiling. A black man could be one of those victims in that town of people murdered. They gonna dig up the ugliest, his rap sheet, his mug shot, somebody caught him stuffing his mouth full of chicken. They gonna put that picture up.
Yeah, that they're gonna do it all the time. It was I can't think of it. It was one of those school shooting. It was a school shooting, and of course this white boy shot up the school, and one of the victims was black. And instead of posting a picture of the actual
I
killer,
remember that.
they put the black boy who was the
Black
victim
boy as
as the head under the headline, and it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? So you saying that this young boy who was just going to school, minding his fucking business, that didn't know he was gonna die that day, you decided to use his picture and not the fucking criminal? Or just like those fake ass assassination attempts on Trump, they
Yeah.
never want they fought tooth. They didn't want it disclosed that it was white people that did it. They didn't want it disclosed that they were Republican white people that voted for him that fucking did it. They left that shit all the way the fuck out. They did
they
everything they
always
can to omit that shit. So it's like we can't even be, for lack of a better term, proper victims. We're still fighting in the fucking afterlife for respect, for like just a semblance. Oh, can't think of it. A semblance of fucking respect, because you never get that question from white people. They always, the minute a white person commits a crime, the mental health is always into fucking play. Oh,
Oh,
Oh, that
he
something
yeah.
was
we need to
suffering
figure
from
out.
he grew
Yeah,
up in
he
a
we
broken
didn't
home
understand.
and
We didn't understand what's wrong with. We didn't understand what's wrong with Billy. We thought he was okay.
I
First of
never
all,
seen
bitch.
him do something like this. I'm so
Yeah.
shocked. When
Nah.
Billy
First.
done
I'm
killed,
so
when
sick of
Billy
these
done killed and
motherfuckers. It's
skinned 58
ridiculous.
goddamn cats, shot down
Did y'all
25
see
dogs.
a week before what is his name? I can't think his name. The dude who ran a police officer over because they
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh
Rodney
yeah.
Hinton Jr.
before that happened, there was a white guy in Georgia, Augusta, Georgia, to be exact, on the highway. She had a whole shootout with the police. Yeah, they took his life at the end, but when they put the story out, they put that he had a mental fucking break.
Of course. Of
He
course.
killed one police officer, injured another one, and just was on the highway picking people off, shooting up the place. He had explosives on his fucking RV. The initial stop was to give him a warrant because he was beating on his girlfriend. But y'all talking about he had a mental fucking break. But then y'all
Wait,
turn
did
around,
y'all
y'all trying to get his man life, who actually had a mental fucking break. This man saw the video of the police officer that took his son's life in cold fucking blood because this boy was running away. He was
Yep.
running away. He wasn't even coming towards the police officer. He left after seeing the video and ran and hit someone who fit the description. He had a fucking mental break, but y'all trying to
Yep.
give this man life? Life?
Our
It's,
mental health never comes into question. It's always theirs, and it be the fucking parents. Oh, we didn't know Billy was unhappy. First of all, bitch, you're lying because you
Always
let
do.
him keep the door locked. He got the fucking door locked. He wearing a goddamn trench coat in July. He always not doing some shit and telling you to fuck off, and he don't talk to you. You know your son got some fucking problems, but you don't want to address the shit because you don't want to look like the bad parent that you are. That's why y'all be talking about, oh, well, we didn't know nothing was wrong. This motherfucker is making pipe bombs in the goddamn garage. What the fuck you
First
mean
of
you
all,
don't
he
know?
done killed every animal y'all had as a pet.
E-
Come
exactly.
on.
But
You
but
know something wrong with him.
you know something is wrong, but it's not until he does something where it's like, oh, we didn't know, because then your parenting skills come into fucking play. Because y'all love to act like black people don't know how to raise y'all children when you don't raise your children at all. You too busy trying to be their fucking equal. You too busy trying to be their fucking friend.
Mhm.
You can't never talk to me about black parenthood because first of all, when we stopped raising your fucking kids is where everything went awry.
and let me read some of the comments that was posted under this posting. So, Walking Truth 3 said, "This is why I said all of these black people cannot go with us. Some of them we are going to have leave behind. Oh well, I need her to learn
Yep.
how to spell.
Yeah,
Spell
because Harriet would have shot this nigga dead.
Yeah.
it."
Oh yes.
Listen, them Sambos gotta stay.
Jeffrey
Gotta.
Gotti, the lowest self-esteem I've ever come across in my life.
Yep.
It's number.
Zenith Menace. They should have took out the whip and made it more realistic.
There
Y'all
you
got
go,
Why
Denise.
didn't I just say that?
Oh, then they got the Harriet right here. They got the photos. Blacks like this one, leave them where they at. And then Depth Connect. Imagine the mindset needed to degrade your ancestors, your race, and yourself just to be called one of the good ones. And you'll see why he can't be fixed. That
Woo!
was good.
There you
That's the
go.
one right there.
That was good. So we are going to come right back after this short break.
Okay.